So the next thing I'll be showing is how to use the debugger specifically for a segmentation fault. So let's run this program and a segmentation fault. So segmentation fault happens specifically whenever you're trying to access elements that don't exist. So what this program is doing is inside of int main, it's creating a 2D array of integers and then passing it to the add row function, which will add a row, and then and of course also it's getting past the delete table afterward to free the entire table. So I have this segmentation fault that's happening, and that means I'm trying to access elements that don't exist. So what I'll do is I'll be going to the debugger, and I'll put breakpoints at wherever lines I might be trying to access inexistent elements. So just hypothetically, probably in the for loop and then this for loop. I don't know. And so when I'll tell you ahead of time that I already know that the error is happening here because num rows. I'm trying to access an inexistent row, and so how I'll identify that is I'll run the debugger, and then so it'll show me all these values of all the variables, and then so I'll see that num rows is 2, and and then I know the error is not happening here because it looks like this part's probably operating fine for allocating space, so I already probably know that this is probably safe. And then and I'll go to there, and then so now I'm going into the add row function, and the error is on line 13. So how I can identify is I can see num rows, and I'll see that when I'm reallocating, so num rows is 3, I'm reallocating space for 3, making it have 3 rows, right? And then so I go to the next part, and I can see, of course, num rows is 3, I'm trying to access element 3, which doesn't exist. And so that's how I would identify it, and then so I don't know why it actually goes to the next step, but basically that's how you identify that where the error is happening. You check the variables, and you have to be really careful with the variables. Another thing I recommend is that you before making any program, you write down all the examples of the variable values. You write down an example of the full variable values throughout the running of the program, like on a piece of paper, or you make a diagram of it, and that definitely helps finding where variable values might be going wrong. And so basically, that's how to use a debugger to identify segmentation faults.